Good morning, my sweet friends. Welcome back. It is about 6:38 in the morning, and I've been up for just about 40 minutes. I set my alarm for 4:30 this morning and then kind of just hit the snooze button repeatedly until I was ready to get up. I need to leave my house at around 7:30 this morning. I have a meeting in town, something I will share more details on at another point. But anyway, I have to get ready. And so we're going to go ahead and do that together, and we're going to spend the day together today. So let's go.
Probably can't hear me well because I have that on full blast, but I made it, and I only had one meltdown cry from being overwhelmed, which I'll talk more about later. But anyway, let's get this show on the road because I am down to the wire. All right, now that you can probably actually hear me because I turned the blasting heat down. It's like 20 degrees in Colorado, which has been weird because later today it's going to be 60, and that is what it's been like. I always think that I'm going to have time to finish my coffee before I leave, and I don't, so here I am with my house mug again. Hi, babe. Okay, I have arrived, and I'm going to go on in, so sorry I can't tell you guys more details, but I'll catch up with you afterwards. Okay guys, I just finished up with the meeting. It went really well. I'm excited to share more with you all when I can. It is 11:45, so just close to 3 hours ago is when I last spoke with you guys. I just picked up some Noodles and Company. I've been craving that for a couple of weeks, so I'm going to eat that on my drive home to save time. And we'll see what I get up to when I get home. So let's go. You smell me where I went? Go, my baby. Okay, made it home. Oliver's not used to being without me, so we're right back attached to the hip. I'm gonna jump on a call with my friends, so lots going on today. So I'm just gonna put on the pajamas that I wore last night because I have not showered yet. I showered last night. So I'm gonna put back on those pajamas, and then after my call with her, I'll probably take a shower or bath. So here we go. Okay, we're all cozied in. Beverage of choice. Exciting things to come in this call with my friend. Piggybacking off of the other thing, or the same thing that I can't tell you about yet, so get excited for mystery. Okay, just finished up a call with my sweet friend, which is, what the heck is the time? It's 2:30, and I don't know where this day has gone. You just bing bang pow things, and then you need a little bit of a break. Got a terrible headache. It's like a 10 out of 10. I'd say maybe like an 8 out of 8. Or oh my God. Let's just take a moment. We're going to take a breath. Okay, so I am purely running off of adrenaline right now, which is the worst case scenario for me. And I'll tell you more about that later because I was diagnosed with hyperadrenergic POTS, which basically just means that the my I'm basically in fight or flight all of the time. My nervous system thinks that I am because of the particular type of dysautonomia that I have. So more to come on that. But anyway, I've been really trying to recognize those adrenaline feelings, and the old part of me would be, let's stack everything together because once that adrenaline pops in, then it can kind of coast me through the day. And so I realized that I was in these like push crash cycles of stack it all up, bang through it because the energy is high, and it can be difficult on those other days to be only have like two things scheduled that day because you spend your whole day feeling anxious about how you're going to feel when you actually get there, and then it's a lot of pushing through. And so I just thought the adrenaline route was a better route for me, and turns out it was not. So I'm relearning a little bit about how my body feels and learning to identify those like precursor earlier symptoms, so that I don't end up in sort of the red zone, which means that I could push myself straight into a flare. So the reason I said all of that was because I was gonna, ride this adrenaline and go take a quick bath because if you're like me, once you stop, there is no restarting. And so instead of pushing through, I'm going to rest a little bit. And ultimately, if I am not in a spot to be able to take a shower today, is what it is. I'm not going to feel bad about it. So let's get to resting. I also don't think I've gotten enough electrolytes in, so I'm going to go ahead and grab some of those. So to showcase a little bit of reality, that's what the house looked like when you have to get out really quickly. You don't have time for the details. All right, let's go get some horizontal time in. Hey Google, turn office lights on. I have been really struggling with some neck pain. I think that's why maybe I have a headache. So it means my rib is probably out of place. So I'm going to try to do some of my physical therapy releases to see if that helps a little bit. But I'm also really struggling with like figuring out what's for dinner. And I'm doing one of those like spirals where I'm trying to rest and all I can think about is what's in the fridge and what I should be getting up to do. And that's not helping anything. So I'm gonna go to the kitchen and just peruse and see what we have. And I'm not gonna think too much about it. If I make a smoothie and that's what we have for dinner, then that's what we have for dinner. So sitting with each of you, the guilt struggle is real. JK on heading to the kitchen. I'm just gonna lay back down. I
also just realized I haven't eaten in several hours, and so maybe I should eat the leftover overnight oats that I took this morning. I forgot to show you guys this earlier, but last night I made overnight oats, and that's what I ate on my drive this morning. So I'm going to finish that, and hopefully that will get me into a little bit of a better space so I can use my brain and figure out what we're going to eat for dinner. I think a big part of the dinner struggle, because I know that we experience the what to make for dinner struggle every single day. And I think the hardest part is not having an appetite or the energy. And then that leads me to not wanting to cook at all. And then I pivot into, well, what options do we have that my husband can pick up on his way home from work or we can have delivered? And then I spiral into the ingredients aren't going to be what my body needs. The preparation is not going to be what my body needs. And so then my brain goes right back over to spiraling over how to put the different ingredients that we have together. And then my brain just shuts down. It just feels like a bit of a meltdown. I just wanted to sit in that moment with you all. I don't even know what's happening with my body. It's all contorted. I'm dealing with so much fatigue and so much pain, and I feel overwhelmed with trying to make this decision. And the funny thing is when it comes time to actually eating, the ingredients will just appear and they'll put themselves together, and I'll say, why did I spend any time worrying about this? I'm stuck in it though. I can't get out of it. Can't get out of the loop. So I'm gonna try to just tell my brain we will figure it out. It's not a big deal. And I'm gonna try to relax and rest for a little bit longer. We'll see how it goes. All right, I decided what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wash my face. I'm gonna use a shower wipe, and I'm gonna change my clothes. Hopefully some of those actions kind of help reset my brain a little bit, so that I can relax in order to be able to make a decision about dinner. So let's give it a go. This is like a full circle moment from this morning. I will say that helped the teeniest bit. Not going to make any predictions into the future. We're going to just feel decently okay in the moment and figure out what's next after that. This is why I always try to, at least for a minute or two, try the thing that I think is not going to work. The other day it was folding laundry. I was like, I'm going to fold laundry for literally 2 minutes, and if that becomes too much, then I'm going to stop. And I was able to fold an entire basket, which was like 5 minutes. So same thing here with the shower, or not shower, whatever I just did. Let's call it like a little refresh. If it didn't feel good as I was doing it, I could stop at any point. But I knew not to invest in the full-time bath, because once you're in, there's really no going back. You're going to have to dry yourself off. It's going to be a whole ordeal. So my plan after this is to not jump right into... Did I do the eye stuff? Did I put the eye stuff on the lips? I don't remember if I did the eye stuff. Yeah, I think I might have started this clip. Anyway, brain is powering down. Are you so excited to see what this looks like in the evening hours? Ready or not? Okay, I got a Maps notification that my husband was on his way, so I texted him and said, call me for a spiral chat, which basically is where I started out by saying, I'm spiraling, and I think I just need you to listen to the spiral, and maybe I just need to create some space in my brain and get it out. And so he did that, and I cried along the way because my breaking point in the last couple of minutes was all of my pajamas looked impossibly scratchy, and I could not fathom finding something soft to wear, even though all of my belongings are soft. So he let me talk all of that out, and then I literally like could see a bit more of the room. And this is sort of that like reference is a little bit tied to my recent hyperadrenergic POTS diagnosis, which again I will share more on later. But when I'm having what they call an adrenaline dump, and there my heart is being surged with a lot of adrenaline, it can just make the room a little bit hazy. Sometimes that's when I pass out, and it just shuts down my nervous system. And so anyway, he let me talk it out. I cried a little bit of the room came back, and I said, and I like could feel myself a little bit more, and I said, I think I need to hear you validate some of that, because I also, when I was talking to him, I was saying things that I know he would say to me to help me pull out of it. And so then he helped validate things and helped me just remember to focus on one thing first: get a compression bodysuit. I had gotten so far gone that I forgot to even like consider that I wasn't wearing anything, a compression garment, and that's a huge game changer for me. So let's focus on that first step, and then we can take the rest from there. And then we were able to figure out that food we'll figure that out when he gets home. It's not a big deal. And then he is very good at, he gets a lot of like food restaurant coupons. And so he was listing off the things that he has. And so he's just going to grab something, and whatever it is going to be fine. And now I can focus on my compression bodysuit and getting cozy for the night. So choose the person you spend the rest of your life with everything you've got. All right, pants have not been secured, but I don't care. I don't care. Pants are optional. I make the rules in this house, and so we're not wearing pants. Okay, so now our only job is to wait. Actually, I think I'm also gonna make a smoothie. Just to make sure we hit the right nutrients. Smoothies are so easy for me. As you guys know, I make them every day. I just have, a couple go-to recipes that I don't have to think about. I can just autopilot those bad boys, and you're getting some good nutrients in. I have not been doing smoothies first thing in the morning. I've been swapping for having a small savory meal first, to better support my blood sugar regulation. So, any hyperadrenergic pots, more to come yet again.